The Butcher Shop Girl is a memoir like no other. It starts with an escape from Bolivia and goes back to trace the author's life experiences on a ranch, at a slaughterhouse, Alberta's oil fields, and on stage as an exotic dancer. Carmen Kissel-Verrier joins us this morning with all of the details from her home in Alberta. Very early for you, so thank you for getting up so early.
Thank you so much for having me, Annette.
Wow, you have kind of done it all in your short life.
Yes, well, a lot of people think that this book is something that I just wrote, or these experiences were, just a couple of years ago. But actually, they're 22 years ago. I'm 42 now. So.
Wow. Okay, so let's start at the beginning of the book, because you make this escape from Bolivia. You were there as an international exotic dancer, and you were there on kind of your own. You weren't trafficked or anything. You were there, you signed a contract, you went on your own.
Yes, at 19 years old, I, was looking for adventure, and there was a sweet-talking agent from Vancouver that promised a really good contract in Bolivia. Being 19, never left Canada before, I kind of got suckered into that, and then it ended up being quite a daring escape to get out of there.
Right, because you were forced to live in a compound, and we just showed the photo of you escaped with help from the U.S. Embassy because there's no Canadian embassy there.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Right. So, and was that kind of the end of your exotic dancing, or did you?
No, I had been working for about 2 years prior, not even a year prior to that moment. And when I got back to Canada, in the book, it was revealed to my family what I had been keeping a secret for quite some time. And after I arrived back from Bolivia, with their help, luckily to get me back home, I decided that I was going to pack up with a girlfriend and we were going to head out east. So that's what brought us to Toronto and the Niagara Falls region as well. And then shortly after that, I spent another 2 years in Texas. And that's where, in about 2000, the year 2000 is when I wrapped it all up and started a new life for myself.
Okay, and you ended up there from a very kind of plain Jane beginning. You grew up on a farm, a beef cattle farm in Alberta.
Yes, that's right. 4-H'er, oh, there you go. Those are some old pictures. Yeah, that's me in my family's fields. Agriculture is a big way of life out here, as well as oil, as most Canadians know. So I'm kind of an ag kid. Both sides of my family were agriculturalists, and just nothing better than that kind of a upbringing, in my opinion.
Right, and your mom owned a butcher shop, and you became very, it was like it was nothing to see animal slaughter. You worked in the slaughter room floor, kind of thing, and I thought it was interesting. There's a point in the book where you talk about, exotic dancing is kind of not that far different from being on the slaughterhouse floor, because it's all meat and bone.
Yes, I think farm kids have a different appreciation for physiology and biology. It's just kind of a wonderful part of life. We don't look at it with disdain, shame, any of those types of things. So for me, I found that it's all just physiology and biology. So,
right.
The body is the body, and it's a wonderful thing, whether it be in animal form, human form. It just, for me, it wasn't a hard mental switch.
Right, and the book talks a lot about power in women and women being empowered, and because there's this stereotypical thing like, oh, a woman has to be wearing a suit and she's got to be in a corporate suite to have power. But I like how through all the different avenues that you work, you also worked in the oil fields, you show how women can be different and still be in power.
Yes, absolutely. Whether you are putting on work boots or coveralls, or you are a Fortune 500 CEO, leader of a fantastic conglomerate, you have power. There is a lot of power in grabbing control of your narrative. George R. R. Martin says this, once you accept your flaws, no one can use them against you. So I find true power lays with anybody who recognizes their strengths and has the gusto to just go for it.
Right.
So that doesn't matter if you're in a corporate setting or in an industrial setting.
And to not care what other people think, or be ashamed of where you work or the work that you do.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, more so because of that. I think there's power in any type of position. You just have to know what you want and you have to go for it. So the book speaks a lot about reinvention, because we all have things in our past that we're not proud of. And I challenge anybody to tell me that's not true. I've never met a single person yet who is proud of everything they've ever done. So,
okay. Carmen, I got to cut you off there. The Butcher Shop Girl is the name of the book. Encourage people to read it. You will learn a lot. Great talking with you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, Nat.